welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So I asked you what videos you wanted to see in my Law of Attraction series, so if you didn't see the post then please comment down below with any suggestions because it helps me out massively because I want to film content that you want to see. So one of my lovely followers, Elise, I hope that's how you say your name, wanted to know what it's like to be a spiritual gangster at such a young age. And when I saw this question I actually thought, do you know what, I want to film this. Like, I love that question. So today I want to talk about what it's like to be young, spiritual, and doing everything I do in life. So I spiritually awoke at the age of 22 when the breakdown of my last relationship put me into rock bottom and I had nothing left. And when I found the Law of Attraction, you know, I think always from a young age, I'd always been quite vocal that I went to psychics and that like I believed in like psychics and all of that and destiny and fate. And I think everybody always just used to be like, yeah, of course it's gonna happen, Emma. And like, I think kind of in my generation nowadays, this is so weirdly looked upon. Like some people get it and some people don't, but the majority of kind of like 20-year-olds, I don't think they really believe in anything like this. I don't think they want to believe that there is way more than going out, getting drunk, sleeping with whoever, and having a career and a successful life. I think, I don't know what on earth happened with me, but from the age of birth pretty much, I was like a 30-year-old. I was doing my own thing, wanted to run my own business, and even when I left school I was so mature. I just, you know, I had my stage of going through rebellious, I got my tattoos and like did all of that like a normal teenager, but I've just always had such a mature mind and a mature soul, I think. And like, you know, I've always been told I have such an old soul, but I think that's just reflected through me entirely. And you know, I never used to listen to my parents at all, and it's not because I thought I knew best. I mean, obviously we all think we know best, but I think I actually in a sense just knew that what they were saying to me wasn't what I was gonna do or what I knew in my soul. So I think that's why I like rebelled so much, because I was just like, no parents, you don't know what's actually going on in the bigger picture. So I was a bit of a weird child, definitely. And yeah, I think when I found my Buddhism when I was 16 and like looked into Buddhism and meditated and kind of touched upon Law of Attraction without actually coming across it, like my friend group at the time, like a lot of them kind of got it. And I wouldn't say that I was like this, definitely not. I didn't believe in half the stuff which I do now, but I think my friend group at that time were generally quite spiritual and outcasts like me, so we kind of understood one another. But I think I always wanted to take it further, and that's my problem. I always just want to take things further than everybody else, and I think that's why people think I'm weird. So when I was 22 and I went through my spiritual awakening, I was Christian before, so like my friend group and my family knew that I was Christian, but I don't think anything was ever spoken about it. No one really cared, I don't think, really. So when I suddenly started coming out saying, hey guys, I believe in the universe and the universe is going to change my life and bring me amazing things, I think everybody legit thought I'd gone crazy. I was obviously depressed at the time, going through a really suicidal stage of my life, which was horrible and just awful. And I think people honestly thought I was mentally insane. And when I started becoming positive and pulling myself out of this depression, I think people thought, okay, well it's a coping mechanism, that's fine, let's let her have this, but you know, she's still bonkers, like the universe is not going to give her anything. I think that was kind of my family's response to it. My friend's response to it at the time, before I fell out with all of them, was that I was nuts, that basically I'd gone off the rails, I was nuts, that, you know, they'd bitch about me behind my back, they'd bitch about the Law of Attraction, they'd bitch about everything I do. And when the bloody white butterflies came along, I'm surprised it wasn't sanctioned, to be honest. I'm surprised they didn't lock me up. But the white butterflies, when they came along, like as amazing and true and honest and loving as it felt to me, to any outsider, I looked weird, like saying that white butterflies are following me and the universe was giving me signs and I'm awakening and I'm spiritual and the universe talks to me and I'm manifesting stuff. And obviously I needed to clear these people out of my life. They were not meant to be in my life whatsoever. Like, when you raise your vibration, people with the same vibration naturally come to you. So naturally the right people came into my life, but it was so tough to believe and have that faith in my manifestations when everything around me was saying like, you're stupid, what are you doing? So that was really hard, I think, to keep the belief in myself. But really I had nothing else. Really, there was absolutely nothing for me to lose and everything for me to gain. So I don't know how I kept that faith. I think, to be honest, I think a lot of it was intuition. A lot of it I was guided by intuition, you know, how confident I was that the next person I was going to be with was my husband. And I think, like, I am so in touch with my intuition, and, you know, from such a young age I knew I would do this. And like, Selena actually reminded me the other day that when we were at school together, I used to go around saying I'm going to be famous when I'm older. And I think at that stage in my life, obviously the only kind of famous people were like singers, actresses, celebrities, you know, public figures, life coaches. All of what I do, YouTubers, bloggers, didn't even exist. So I don't think I could comprehend what I meant by famous. Like, as I grew up, I realized that really I do not want that at all. Like, you know, being well known for what I do is incredible and I'm so, so grateful for that. But I don't want the life of a celebrity. I don't want the life of, you know, what these singers have, because frankly it wouldn't make me happy. You know, being well known for something is incredible and it's a massive achievement, definitely. But that's all I want. I don't want all the negativity that comes with it. I don't want the bad press. I don't want paparazzi and all that rubbish. Like, that's not what I want from life at all. You know, if I can just write books and get my message out to as many people as possible in the world, then that is my goal, nothing else. So I've always been in tune, and I always felt, even going through my like darkest years over the last 5 years, that I would be all right. Like, I just knew that I was going to be all right. Something was going to come along and everything would be okay. So I never really spoke about that to anybody. I never really like voiced any of this because I thought I was mad, and like, all of this just isn't socially accepted, really. And for such a young person to come out with that, it's quite weird and odd. So once I'd kind of moved away from that friend group last year and I got back in touch with Selena and, you know, became friends with a lot of good people who, you know, not necessarily practice law of attraction, but just accepted that that's what I did, and saw how positive it was for me, and saw how much I'd manifested in those months, and seen how far I'd come as a person, I think, and you know, even my family just turned around and was like, do you know what, I may not believe in this, but great, it works for you, and you know what, it's made you an incredible person and you've manifested incredible things, so all we can do is be happy for you. So to me that meant a lot. And I guess kind of in the last, yeah, definitely since the beginning of 2017, like since I've been doing my life coaching and since I've just become so much more awakened, I feel like I advise so many people in my life. Like, my parents come to me for advice, my friends and family come to me for life advice and guidance, and not like a psychic reading, but you know, I can in tune into what I feel is meant for someone. So like, you know, I think people like want me to, you know, do angel cards on them and like, you know, give them advice. And that's weird because I've never had that before. And to have your own parents come to you, it's almost like the roles reversed. Like, you should be able to go to your parents and ask advice, and like, I am able to do that. But you know, in a spiritual life sense, people come to me, and it's odd. Like, it's so odd to be 24 and feel like you're about 80 and feel that, you know, like, I've done my life, I've had my children, I've had my grandchildren, and now I'm like a wealth of knowledge. Like, that's honestly what I feel like. And you know, it's not a bad thing, I love it, but it's just peculiar because to me, I'm like, I'm 24, how on earth can I be qualified to advise on this? And you know, this is exactly how I felt when I started my couponing business. I was like, I'm 20, who on earth is going to care who I am? Like, why would anybody respect my money saving advice over like, you know, Martin Lewis and people like that? And really I had nothing to worry about. And I think there's a lot of fear that stems in me still about moving into this next phase of my life, because, you know, I'm growing the Spiritual Gangster brand, I'm growing myself as a brand, and I'm kind of moving away from that a bit and going into more blogging, YouTube, doing life coaching full time. So this scares me, because I'm like, who the hell am I to advise people on how to change their lives? And it's just old thought processes, like the exact same thought process I had when I started my couponing business. So really, what I should be thinking is, well, hang on, you've been there before and you didn't have the universe or any of this support, and now you know you can manifest bloody anything. Like, this should be a breeze, starting like new businesses and, you know, doing this for the rest of your life. But it's scary, because it, you know, as much as I'm sat here like, I know it's going to work, I know it's going to be far greater than anything I've done before, I know what I want to do, I know how I'm going to do it, and I know how I'm going to make it happen. But I think the ego inside of me is like, but who are you? And it sounds stupid, because so many of you watch my videos, like, you know, I'm not claiming to be an expert or, you know, like bloody Tony Robbins, who I love to pieces. You know, I'm just Emma. I'm an everyday person who you guys can relate to. I share my experiences, my, you know, my knowledge that I've gained, and somehow I feel like I've gained knowledge through intuition from the universe. You know, how on earth I know a lot of things is quite weird, because I've not really learned it anywhere, if that makes sense. It's always just kind of been embedded. Stereotypically, kind of life coaches and mentors, and, you know, I do business mentoring as well. I think they're you would expect them to kind of be like 30, 40 plus, where, you know, with some life experience and business experience. And I'm not saying that I have neither of those, because trust me, I've been running my own business for 4 years. I've been running 4 businesses for the last 4 years. I've been, you know, I've built everything I have by myself. Like, no one's really helped me apart from, you know, like my web guy and designers and stuff like that. Like, but no one's really, I've never had a mentor, I've never had anything like that. It's all just come from me, and I've made it happen. I do feel qualified, but then I think my age is kind of a big red flag to people. Like, I've not really had this in the spiritual kind of side of my business yet, but certainly in my couponing business, the amount of people who will take advantage of me, or think that, you know, they can haggle me down or take advantage of my businesses because I'm just little Emma, they don't realise that you're actually dealing with like an 80-year-old here who knows what they're doing and is not going to take any shit from people. So I get that in business anyway, so I kind of worry about how it's going to be, you know, doing seminars and like events, because that's the dream. Like, you know, I want to write books, I want to do seminars, I want to meet as many of you as possible and help so many of you with, you know, my experiences and everything I'm going to learn as well. So my life coaching has gone really well. I've got like a regular base of clients now, and, you know, I've spoken about this in other videos, so if you do want to get in touch, I will link it down below, and there'll be a whole page of information about what I do, how I can help you, and how to get in touch. But, you know, a lot of my clients are sometimes a lot older than me, and again, I'm like, I feel really bad, like, telling someone, like, stop thinking like this, change your whole entire life, and this 24-year-old's gonna, you know, flip your theories upside down. But I think they like that in a way, because I think we always need fresh new outlooks on life. And, you know, if someone was to say, you know, if someone didn't know my age, I normally get compared to 28 and 30 plus, just from what I do, from how I look and how I act, I guess. Which isn't an insult. I know I don't actually look in my mid-30s. Hopefully not. But I've kind of taken it as more of a compliment, because I know that I'm above my years anyway. So fitting in with my age group has never really even appealed to me. I don't really care, to be honest. It doesn't bother me, because I'm not here to please those people. You know, if you're like in your early 20s and like me, very awakened, brilliant, come and join. But, you know, I don't feel that that's, you know, I don't feel that's like my main audience. Like, I don't feel that's who watches my videos. Like, I feel like it's maybe older, a bit younger, like it's whoever really, whoever wants to awaken and learn all these incredible things and have an incredible life for themselves. So I've never really worried about fitting in with people, because frankly, I'm not here to fit in, and I don't really care if I fit in, because frankly, I'd rather be unique, I'd rather be authentic, and I'd rather be Emma than some sheep who wants to fit in with what YouTubers, bloggers, money savers, or anything. I don't want to fit in with anything. Like, I think the more unique I am, the more it appeals to people and the more authentic it comes across to people. So when I started these videos on my YouTube channel, I really worried that like people wouldn't like them, because obviously I went from money saving and beauty videos to spirituality. Like, it's very far off the scale of beauty and money saving, but sometimes we need that in life. Like, sometimes we have like big turns in our life where we go down a new career path, and you know, I'm so grateful that I am able to do that, and I'm grateful that I do have a channel that covers all those topics and people love watching my videos. And my law of attraction videos are my most viewed videos, so really I think that speaks for itself in volume. And I would much rather make videos that I enjoy and have passion for and could speak about for literally days than make topics that frankly I just don't care about. And I think that's how you guys feel as well watching my channel. So if you're like me and you know, you're kind of young and you're finding it really hard to fit in and get accepted of your spirituality and talking about it around your friends, like I'm the worst. I will literally sit there going like manifesting and people are just like, oh, for God's sake, Emma. Or you know, like I'll talk about stuff I've manifested, like guess what happened, blah blah blah. So I think the more I just talk to people, the more they accept it. So if you're in that situation, I think you should just kind of go in like, I don't even care what you think. I'm just going to tell you because I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to tell you that I manifested something today. And I think this is how I've worn Mr. C down as well, just by not shutting up about it, really. Like, I've never forced it upon him, and like I don't force him to do it at all, definitely not. But he witnesses so much in my life, and he gets to be a part of all these manifestations as well and experience like all these cool things. So it's kind of getting to a stage where you can't deny it anymore, and I really like that. And I think as well why maybe your friends and your family kind of shy away from it is because it does sound quite scary. It's like, oh my God, the universe is going to give me what I want? Like, how's that possible? And I think people just almost can't be bothered to do it either. Really, what I always say is the proof is in the pudding. If you just keep showing up and keep being like, I'm a spiritual gangster and this is what I'm about, the right people are going to stay and the wrong people will sod off. So really, you've got nothing to lose. And if like your family especially still don't support you, then just keep bloody manifesting, because really it's your life. And looking back over what I've manifested over the last 1.5 years of my life is mind-blowing. Like, mind-blowing, life-changing stuff. So do you really want to deprive yourself of that? Is it really worth it for people's opinions? Fuck no, definitely not. Like, if I'd listened to everybody who told me that I was crazy and to stop, I wouldn't have my dream man, I wouldn't be in this house right now, I wouldn't be slaying my businesses, I wouldn't be in an incredible position, I wouldn't be manifesting all these holidays that I've been on this year. God, my life would suck. My life would suck. And I think being young and being so awakened is literally such a positive. Like, Rachel, my psychic, always said that people kind of awaken in their like mid-30s once they kind of like get life. And she was like, the fact that you've done it at 22 literally means you're unstoppable. And you know, I've got 10 years ahead of people. So really, awakening as young as possible is literally gold dust, because I understand things, I get things, and I think that's why, you know, there's 9 years between me and Mr. C. So I think we are so on the same wavelength because I'm just there already. Like, I'm at that level. So it's not really it's never been an issue for us, really, like our age difference. So if you're young and you want to be a spiritual gangster, just fearlessly be a spiritual gangster. You know, nobody really is judging you. It's more you're judging yourself of how other people see you. But really, are they manifesting? Did they have a great quality of life? Are they happy in their own lives? Probably not. But you are, you're manifesting, you're achieving everything you came here to do. So what's wrong with that? Literally, there's nothing. And, you know, it may seem tough and it may seem hard that like your friends and your family won't accept it at first, but really, sod it, because they will definitely. Like, my relationship with my parents has changed entirely. We have such a better relationship now. They're starting to do the law of attraction, they're positive. So really, by me just constantly telling everybody everything that happens with the law of attraction and just showing them in myself that it does work and it is bloody amazing and all of you guys love it as well, it's awakening everybody in my life. So you will naturally do that, in like they will definitely. Like they will just naturally awaken to it once they can see you doing it. And especially if like it's a partner or someone like that, they will see it so much and be surrounded by it so much. It will get to a point where they physically can't deny it anymore. So I'm grateful that I am a spiritual gangster, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I literally wouldn't change this for the world, because this is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to be here sat talking to you, and you are meant to be watching this, and you are meant to be one fearless spiritual gangster too. So don't let me down. So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope this has helped you and given you some little motivation today. I don't know what this hand thing was. I'm awful. And thank you to the lovely Elise for your question as well. And like I said, if you want me to cover any specific topics, please comment in the comments box down below and I'll work through them as fast as I can. So thank you guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. And like I said, my life coaching link is in the description box down below, so you can go and have a look at that and what I do. And I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.